So with that, let's get to this week's rundown. Since you invoked it, we are closing out this week about how we started it, focused on Venezuela. On Thursday, 5 Senate Republicans sent a clear and stunning rebuke to President Trump by voting to advance a war powers resolution that would block the president's use of the U.S. armed forces to engage in hostilities within or against Venezuela unless authorized by Congress. Trump responded with an enraged Truth Social rant, saying that Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, Josh Hawley, and Todd Young should never be elected to office again. How are Republicans talking about, thinking about, processing, worrying about behind closed doors this Venezuela attack?
Here's the interesting thing. I think capture Maduro is probably the most traditionally Republican thing Donald Trump has done since he's been in office. But the issue is the contempt he seems to have for the American people. The moment we start blowing up narco-terrorist boats, he should have been on television. If the president believed this was necessary, he owed it to the country to give a clear public explanation. Instead, we got shocked without context. And if it stopped there, I think Trump's approval numbers probably would be going up, much like George Herbert Walker Bush is dead. But the problem is we're not stopping there. We're going into a country, and now we're saying we're going to run Venezuela. We're saying that it could be years of oversight. I'm not sure many Americans think that he can run our country, let alone another one. I was asked this by a couple of reporters this week, and I think the thing that strikes me is if you are a Democrat or someone who just hates Trump, you're not voting for him. If you're just a Republican who feels politically homeless, but you can't make yourself vote for a Democrat, you're angry, you're upset. It probably kills us in the midterm electorally, but it's those people in the middle. It's the independents that are looking at this and just saying this is a real. So how are Republicans looking at this thing? We think this could get our ass kicked in the midterms on it. I think that's why you see 5 senators who vote to restrict Trump's war powers on this.
There is some polling out in the wake of the attack. A third of Americans expressed support for the operation. A third said they disapproved, and a third expressed no opinion. They are literally waiting to see how things go and see how they feel about it and see what new information arises. If I were in your shoes, which I am analytically, I would be worried for the Republican Party because we just don't know how this is going to go, how it's going to wear in the coming weeks and months. Trump promised that we would be running the country potentially for years, and history suggests that it is not going to go well.